Deep in the woods, the forest was dark, the trees were tall and menacing, their branches twisting together like grasping claws. Four friends, Max, Chloe, Ben and Emily, were setting up camp. They laughed and told jokes, trying to ignore the eerie silence of the woods. Max hammered stakes into the hard ground, Chloe unpacked backpacks, Ben gathered firewood, Emily hung lanterns, their dim light doing little to pierce the oppressive darkness. Night was falling. Whispers in the dark, later huddled around a crackling fire, the friends shared spooky stories. The wind howled through the trees, sounding like a mournful cry. A shiver ran down Emily's spine. "Did you hear that?" she whispered, her eyes wide with fear. The others listened intently. At first there was nothing but the crackling fire and the wind. Then they heard it. A faint whisper, barely audible, seemed to come from the depths of the forest. The next day they tried to ignore the whispers. They hiked deeper into the woods, hoping to find a secluded waterfall marked on their map. But the whispers followed them. They seemed to be coming from all directions, growing louder, more insistent. "Help me," the voices whispered, their tone filled with sadness and despair. Chloe stumbled, her face pale. "This is creepy," she muttered, her voice trembling. "We should leave." But Max was determined to find the source of the whispers. That evening an old park ranger stumbled upon their camp. His eyes were filled with a mixture of fear and sadness. "You've heard them too?" he asked, his voice raspy. They told him about the whispers, how they seemed to be calling for help. The ranger sighed. He told them a tale about a young boy who had disappeared in these woods years ago. They called him Timmy, the lost child of Willow Hollow. "Some say his spirit still wanders these woods," the ranger whispered, his eyes darting nervously towards the darkening trees. They decided to find Timmy. Despite their fear, they felt a sense of responsibility for the lost child. They followed the whispers, their flashlights cutting through the darkness. The whispers led them deeper and deeper into the woods, away from the familiar trail. The trees grew denser, their branches intertwining overhead, blocking out the moonlight. The air grew colder, filled with a strange stillness. The whispers led them to a crumbling stone wall hidden deep within the forest. It was the ruins of an old house, barely visible beneath years of decay and overgrown vines. As they approached, the whispers grew louder, more urgent. "Help me!" the voices cried. "I'm trapped!" They stumbled through the overgrown weeds and pushed open a creaking door. Inside, lying on a dusty floor, was a tattered teddy bear. As they watched, a soft blue light emanated from the bear, swirling and taking the shape of a young boy. Timmy, he was finally free.